it's Beepner. How's it going? How's it going? Is this Scooby-Doo? I don't know. It might be. Someone recommended this to me a while back, so I'm doing them solid and thought, hey, I'll check it out. And since, well, the world's shut up everywhere, why don't I drag people along with me? Let's enjoy the spoops together. All I know about this game is that apparently it has production values higher than I thought it was going to for a free visual novel. This thing's got voice acting and shit. It's about how much it costs to create a female model in a AAA video game. It's literally impossible to do. Give me a few more minutes, see if anybody bubbles in, and then we'll get started. Oh dear. I've made a terrible mistake. Okay, there it is. Jesus. Is that there? Okay, that was up there the whole time. Okay. Anyway. This is Perceptions of the Dead. A video game that somebody told me was good and I should check out. So, since everybody's under quarantine, let's check out the video game. I press play. Apparently there are 3 parts to this. My guess is we probably want to play them in order, starting with Jail Count. So we'll do that. I'm going to left click. I'm going to left click the very excited, probably internet girl. Live with the Jill Count and the Pun Show. Uh-oh. Jill has moderate success as a streamer. Oh no. Oh no. And to mix things up this Halloween, she's going to take a live... She's going to live stream a visit to a haunted hospital. The twist, it's actually haunted. Okay. Oh boy. We've really stepped into it now. We're going in a layer of meta I don't think that I was prepared for.
Hey, lads and ladies, it's me, Chill Count, here with you live on my way to the location of my Halloween special.
I'm not sure I was ready for this. You're all up in my grill. Can you hear me? Can you hear the game? And can you hear Jill? Let me know how everything's sounding.
That's right. As part of my agreement with my beloved followers, I'm doing a live Halloween streaming special in the most haunted place in my state.
Also, there's this cute little effect when I move the cursor, where she's moving around. Like, that's really cute. Also, she sounds like Uzume from Neptunia and Vita Clotilde from Trails of Cold Steel. I don't think they nabbed Erica Lindbeck for this project. I sincerely doubt it.
Yeah, I couldn't really afford to travel all the way to Amityville or Nolans or something.
Nolans?
But I was lucky enough to find the most haunted building in my humble little state. Those among you who probably know way too much about me have probably already Googled and found out exactly where I'm going. You are correct, ex-Rockcox. I'm on my way to St. Hard Hospital.
Ex-Roxcox. It's almost kind of like your original name.
This place was shut down in like the 60s after a freak strain of the flu or something killed almost every patient
Oh my
in
God.
the building over the course of a single week.
This is a little too on the nose right now. Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
Since then, there have been thousands of sightings of spoops spilling many a pants with poops.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm not ready for this. Also, hey, After 5, how's it going? Tell me this girl does not sound like Vita Clotilde.
What better place to spend Halloween than in a building with more ghosts than I have subs?
Boom. Just self-owning right out the gate.
Whoops, never mind. Looks like I just pulled ahead on that race. The Jill count is going up.
The Jill count? Is that like the mighty Jill off? You can look that up on your own time.
Welcome, new followers. Frogmorph and, Cat Kicker 99. Really?
Jeez.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you're a kicker who is also a cat and not a kicker of cats.
Pancakes and hash browns.
Thank you. Grabbing myself a bite to eat before I head out. Can't do any proper ghost hunting on an empty stomach. Oh my God, yes.
Is she talking to herself?
You want some more coffee?
Oh, yes, please. I'm going to need it tonight.
Going to a Halloween party?
Sure am. A party of one.
Oh god.
Keep safe, and if you need more coffee, just come back here. We're open all night.
On Halloween?
Sure, we get more traffic in here on Halloween than any other night. It's probably because there are like 17 million haunted houses around here.
Oh, I only knew about the hospital.
That's not where you're going, is it?
No. No.
That
I was actually going
face!
to meet my friends for another party.
That face is something.
Good. That building may be haunted, but it's dangerous.
Quiet and lurk, hey, that's understandable. This seems kind of like the kind of game where you want to sit and just be quiet and lurk.
If you want to try to scare yourself silly, go to the Peatley Farm or the Wenditch Chapel. Stay away from St. Hard Hospital.
Oh, yeah, totally. Sure. Oh, man, guys, I am more excited than ever! Okay, gotta drive, and I don't stream and drive. TTYL.
Fancy transition.
Okay, lads and ladies, I'm not actually there yet, but you have got to get a look at this.
I gotta say, this has a lot of production value for a very free video game.
Tell me that is not the scariest building any of you have ever seen. Okay, Buck 3 to... Oh, bucket juggler. Okay. I wouldn't doubt you, but I think you might want to look into a different dentist if that's the case.
Bucket juggler. Bucket juggler. It's your username.
Okay, driving more. Burb.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We're here and we're ready to roll. You all missed out on a little bit of sneaking in. Okay, so the door wasn't actually locked at all, and it's not like there was anyone watching. But I didn't really want to risk someone shooing me off. The night's just started, and I haven't even had my first haunt yet. Check this place out. It's spooky as fudge.
If you like her more or less than Streaming Chan, she is a bit less hyper, I think. I think that in terms of the a-lot-o-meter, I don't think Jill is quite a lot right now, whereas Streaming Chan is literally a lot all the time.
Because fudge is one of those things you can just eat and eat, and before you realize it, you've eaten 8,000 calories. Terrifying. Okay, so let's make this a choose my adventure game. Like a choose your own adventure game, but instead of your adventure, you get to choose mine.
I imagine Streaming Chan's version of this would be a lot more lewd, though.
Someone ban Butt Muncher 67 because take off all of your clothes is not one of the options.
I'm not sure which part I like about that more, the username or the fact that it's so fucking true. That's gold.
The actual choices are... We've got the burn ward. Then we have the children's ward. Not my favorite pick. And the etymology clinic. Wait, no, I'm not reading that right. The letter's all messed up. No idea what it's actually supposed to be. So it's up to you, beloved viewers. What's the consensus? Where should we explore first?
Alright, chat, since you are here with Streaming Chan, you must pick Streaming Chan's adventure. Where are we going? The burn ward, the children's ward, or the E ward? Feel the burn. The burn ward it is.
Burn wards. I'm scared of burn wards in a much more real way than I am scared of ghosts or goblins. You see, when I was a little girl, I had a cousin and we were really close. Like, when I was 5, I thought she was my sister and my cousin because I had friends with sisters and they were as close as me and my cousin. It was something my parents were quick to correct me on. Anyway, one day when I was at school and she was at hers, there was apparently some sort of accident. Long story made short, as it has made me uncomfortable to talk about, she ended up in a burn ward, and she didn't make it. Though, as messed up as she was, I will always wonder if she would have wanted to... It's immediately what I thought of when I saw the sign.
And this game immediately turned into a bummer!
To be honest, I wouldn't mind a good old-fashioned screaming ghost child to distract
Great!
me from the plot.
We choose to go to the burn ward and bring up childhood trauma. We're on a roll already.
What was that? Whoa, this place is really falling apart. With an open wall like that, you'd think the damage would be way worse. That being said, it's a nice view. Yeah! What was that? There!
Oh, okay. Did we game over? Did we game over in the burn room?
And it looks like the camera survived just fine. We're here with Raven, who is apparently of a similar mindset as me this happy Hallows Eve.
Hello, Raven.
No, I'm not.
Well, similar enough that you're here in this haunted hospital on All Hallows Eve. Eve.
Okay.
So, Raven, have you seen any ghosts yet this evening?
No.
Have you seen anything spooky?
No.
Would you consider elaborating on your answers?
No.
Do you want me to leave you alone? Yes. Ha! Oh, wait. Dang it. Fine, we will leave you alone with your mysteries.
I bet Raven's stream is way cooler.
A squatter. Though, given how badly this place is falling apart, I can't help but wonder why anyone would want to squat here.
She was clearly standing, Jill. Come on now.
Sorry for that block out there. I dropped the camera while running. Well, I'm gonna leave her alone in her little corner of the hospital.
She reviews My Chemical Romance album.
Let's see. Where to next?
So the children's ward was after Five's pick, so let's head on over to the children's ward.
Buttermilk biscuits, fine.
What? I like buttermilk biscuits. There is absolutely nothing wrong with buttermilk biscuits.
It looks like we're gonna be going to the children's ward. Okay, you know, I said I wanted to be scared. But I can't handle spooky kids. I already don't do great with kids, but to even think of the kind of creepy horror babies you see in movies. Ugh. Okay, fine. Let's do it. Look at this creep hole.
Creep hole. I'd say something real nasty there, but I'm gonna let sleeping dogs lie on that one.
No, please. This place is Nightmare Central. Seriously, if I saw this guy here wishing me to get better, I'd assume he really meant the opposite. Seriously, look at that face.
A face. That's a lovely face. Look at him.
I think running into him would be 100 times worse than running into a little kid ghost. He stares into my soul.
What are you doing here?
Yeah!
Oh, you here for the party?
Who? What?
Are you like here for the Halloween party? I'm not done setting up yet.
Yo! I'm gonna punch it in its head meat.
You're having a Halloween party here?
It's Dean! It's Dean!
I have a Halloween party here every year, bruh.
You're having a Halloween party?
Cha, with cookies and cupcakes and soda pop?
Oh my god!
This place suddenly became a lot less scarier.
Who are you talking to?
The people watching my stream?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I gotta go finish prepping for the shindig. You can totally come. It'll start as soon as the others arrive.
Oh, do you know anywhere scary in the hospital?
Scary? No, not really, bro.
Have you not looked around you? You don't consider anything about this scary?
Oh, you mean haunted. You're wanting to see a ghost. Ghosts don't scare me, bro.
Sure. Thanks.
If you want that, find the basement. That morgue. That place is haunted as hell.
Yo, John, how's it going? Yeah, like, this thing is just dripping its own style, and I love it. It's really cool looking, and it's really presented well.
But it is, like, not safe. I suggest finding your fun at my party instead. There are cookies and cupcakes, and I got a 24-pack of Surge, bro.
Bruh, we got Surge!
Fine. I'll think about it. What is your name, by the way?
Oh, it's Owen.
Oh, I was
Look,
praying
have a
to God it
spooky
was
Halloween,
Dean.
bro, and be careful if you decide to go to the basement.
Okay, that guy was a little creepy, but definitely not scary.
Check out this cute little effect they have for this being the camera. When I move the mouse around, it moves the picture, and I think that is such a fascinating little effect.
And he definitely killed the mood.
Serge Tankian is there.
But on the upside, I know about the basement now. Just need to figure out how to get there. Before we do that, let's take a look at the other halls and see if we can find anything else interesting. So, where to next?
The E Ward. The stream is brought to you by the letter E for eviscerate.
Alright, here we are, lads and ladies, the Ectoplasmology Clinic. Yes, I know that's neither a real word nor the name of the place. but I can't help but call it something silly when everywhere you look, the name reads like this. Do you think maybe I'm looking at this wrong and it's supposed to be E-Clinic? Like, maybe they service robots here with robotic ailments. This place seems in really good shape, other than the defacing of all the signs. If I didn't know any better, I'd almost think this part of the hospital was still active.
Oh, hey there.
I'm sorry. I didn't expect to find anyone else here. And when I saw you, I just couldn't help myself.
You're telling me, about the finding anyone else here.
Okay, this guy's got a cool effect happening on his cloak when I move the mouse around. I don't know if you can see it within like the darker parts of the cloak that are supposed to be shadowed, but there's like this texture thing going on behind it. Is cool as fuck. This is a Mario 2 guy.
Once again, sorry about that. Wasn't exactly a kind thing to do. I'm Andy. You okay?
Yeah. What are you doing in a haunted hospital, Mr. Andy?
Yeah, like
Things you wouldn't
Gonkutsua.
expect. Hoping to bump into a ghost. Get a good Friday in it, too. Ain't seen much so far. Just the general spookiness when a place falls into disrepair, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Same here. Still, what the heck is wrong with you scaring me like that?
I was under the impression that you came here specifically to be scared. Perhaps you're just upset that I'm not a ghost.
No.
Yo, Ballas, welcome. This is Perceptions of the Dead. We are streaming Chan without the sex, and we're looking for ghosts.
Maybe you're scared because a man over 3 times your size has you alone in an abandoned building miles away from anything resembling civilization.
That's very specific.
Gulp.
Did you just say gulp instead of gulping? Damn, girl, you're like a Garam cartoon character. Look, I'm not gonna do anything to you. I'm more here to get scared than do any scaring of my own.
Cool. Know anywhere scarier in the building?
Scarier than a room with me.
You do realize I have 30,000 followers watching me right now.
30,000? Really?
No, but I think I'm at a few hundred, which is pretty good.
I have like 230 followers or something.
Probably should do the whole live streaming thing more often.
I feel like this game's calling me out.
Here's to you kids watching. Please excuse my poor taste in humor. I'm just here to have fun.
Well, thank you, Andy. But back to my earlier question.
The basement would have to be the scariest place in the building. That said, I doubt you'll be able to go down there. At least not this year. You'll see what I'm talking about if you try to go down there.
What do you mean?
It's flooded. I already tried it myself.
Have you been down there before?
No, I heard about this place from a friend. It really is haunted here, you know?
Oh, really? And would you be so kind, dear Andy, to tell us exactly how you know this?
You don't need to know how I know. Anyway, you have fun. I'm gonna keep doing some ghosts.
What are you buying? What are you selling? I'll buy it at a high price.
Thanks, Andy. I'll see you around. Andy seemed nice, but if he's right, then Owen's suggestion of the basement is out. So I saw a set of stairs near the entrance, and call me avant-garde, but if I were to have a basement, I'd have the stairs lead to them. I know at this point I can pretty much guarantee that any chance of me getting spooked by spooks is out. You just can't have a haunted house with a full house. Sigh. I should have known that I wouldn't be the only one drawn out by the allure of a good scare. Still, we have one chance left. 2 different attendees have directed me to the basement, so we're gonna take a gander and see if we can't find something frightening. Alright, I see the door to the stairs. Let's see if it's flooded, as was implied.
Oh no.
Oh, Milk Duds, you scared. Ugh, doesn't matter.
Oh, Milk Duds.
You okay?
Oh, Milk Duds. Oh, Fiddle Faddle. Oh, Nestle's Crunch.
He's right behind me. He wants to kill me. Who wants to kill you? Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. He's gone. I thought he was gonna kill me too. He took her body. I can't even find a trace of it. Did I pass out for a moment there? How much time has passed?
What the fuck?
Did that actually happen? Did you guys see that? Come on, guys, say something. I'm terrified out of my mind here. Is the chat broken? Is the audio still going through? It looks fine on my end. If anyone can hear me, call 911. Ah!
911. Wah!
Relax. It's just me. I heard gunshots.
So that actually happened. It wasn't a ghost? Oh God, I just saw a murder.
What did you see exactly?
There was a man. I didn't really see him clearly. He was in the shadows. The woman, she was wearing that stuff patients wear. I thought this hospital wasn't active. Why is there someone in patient stuff?
Patient stuff.
A good question. Hey, you, come over here. She's having a panic attack or something. I want to go check and see if I can find a shooter.
I'm not having a panic attack. I'm just regular panicking. Oh, hello, Raven.
I heard a noise and ran away, but then I realized the way I was running was closed off and ran back this way to get out.
Thank you for that. It's very reassuring.
It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Raven is a bucket of joy, as you can tell.
Whoever was shooting didn't come back to the party, which is good, because I just got the cupcakes out.
Damn.
Dang it! Don't sneak up on me like that!
Oh, I wonder if the rumors are true and they still use this place for experimental medical experiments.
That's a rumor? If I had known there was a rumor like that, I wouldn't have come within a mile of this place.
That rumor is 20 years old at least. The supposed experiments were run during the 90s.
Well, I have only heard of them very recently, like yesterday when my bra told me it's not safe to party here. Yo, do you think the dude who was shooting might have been a government spook?
Government spook? Are you joking?
I never joke.
You were setting out cupcakes for a Halloween party in an abandoned hospital. If that's not a joke, I don't know what is.
Bruh, don't diss my party. I throw this thrasher every Halloween.
Stop! Someone was shot. We have to
Bruh,
find her. She may
bruh.
still be alive.
Welcome, June.
After 4 shots?
One way or another. Oh, and I don't suppose any of your partygoers could have been dressed as a patient for some reason?
My partygoers could be dressed as anything. Buzz Lightyear to Buzz Aldrin.
Those two aren't actually very far apart.
Well, you know what I meant, bruh.
Is it just me, or has Andy been gone a while?
He the huge black dude?
Bruh.
Well,
Bruh.
Maybe it's him. Sucks to have to play the stereotypes, but it's not like it being a stereotype negates it from being a possibility.
Oof. Woof. Woo.
no,
Hot
the
take.
man who shot her was much, much smaller than Andy.
Oh, that's good. If Andy runs into him, he can probably just fall on him and deal with him that way.
Damn.
I have cookies to take care of, so...
Don't you dare leave. There's a murderer about.
I should go too.
Are you kidding me? What about the murder?
I didn't see anything.
Here. Hey, Killer Man, if you bother this weird lady who talks to herself, I will be the killer.
Oh my god.
Because I will kill you.
We got it, Dean. We
Don't
got
think
it.
I won't. That ought to do it.
Dear lads and ladies, I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm going to solve this murder mystery. Okay, so somehow I have a connection to streaming, the upload is active, and potato chips. I can even see other streamers doing their thing.
Even me, the person streaming a video game.
That That being said, I can't contact 911 via my phone or any other sites via the internet.
How can you not contact 911 via your phone?
Meaning that if the hospital isn't haunted by malevolent spirits, my phone provider certainly is.
You don't know that, June. You cannot prove shit.
So, if you're watching this, please call the police for me. I'm seeing that I recorded the whole thing, save for the last 3 shots, so there should be plenty of evidence on my stream records. That being said, I'm not leaving if there's any chance that woman might be alive. Worse, that Owen might be right and there may be other people being experimented on. Let's go.
And where exactly do you think you're going?
Andy!
Oh
In
no!
the flesh. Speaking of which, I ain't seen hide nor hair of your victim's body, or even any evidence of a murder at all.
Andy could punch a motherfucker out with them mitts. Jesus Christ, Andy.
Owen mentioned that there may have been experiments going on in a hidden part of the hospital. That woman might have been a subject.
Okay, but I'd take anything that Owen fella says with a grain of salt.
But what if the gunshots weren't bullets? What if they were sleeping darts?
Do sleeping darts fire at the same volume as a regular gun?
I don't know. I wouldn't even know if what I heard was a regular gun.
I'll admit, despite how I may look, I ain't exactly had much involvement with guns myself.
What's that supposed to mean?
A giant black man. You don't think I look like a gangbanger?
Damn, just going for it, huh?
No?
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Wow, I'm surprised they kind of tackled that.
So, where did you go?
Honestly, I thought I'd heard something on my way to you. Thought maybe our shooter had run past me. Went and scoured the wing I was in.
Hashtag
Anything?
woke.
Not a thing, and I'm sure of it.
Well, I mean, it's clearly this game's woke. I mean, the character, the main character's got, crazy hairstyle. She colors her hair weird colors. That means you're woke, right? Is that how you tell?
How sure?
More sure than you'll reasonably be willing to believe on my word alone.
For the sake of my sanity, I'm going to start by believing you. Is there anywhere in that wing that might conceal a secret lab?
Don't ruin this for me, Beepner. Don't ruin this.
Other than the waiting room,
I'm having a relatively good time right now. Don't ruin
They
this.
have been knocked out. Looks like some kids were playing at demolition. If they're hidden, then the government agency behind these clandestine experiments possesses powerful cloaking technology. And it'd probably be best for us just to stand back and let them do their thing.
My little Beepner, my little Beepner.
Never!
Then it's a good thing they don't have cloaking tech and it's just plain old empty.
How do you know that they don't have cloaking tech?
Because last I checked, this wasn't Star Trek.
Sorry, you're right. Getting a little paranoid here. We should check the other wings.
Sounds good, but I want to make sure he doesn't sneak past us while we investigate.
Why do you have salt? Is it for ghosts? Does salt work on
Yes, salt works on ghosts. That's the classic, right? You throw salt at a ghost and it poofs out of existence. Is that how it goes? There's so many plot points being thrown at once. Thermoptic camouflage.
Not that I know of. I use it for ice and stuff when I'm spelunking.
He's a spelunker.
Throw a bit evenly across the ground.
Ghosts are just slugs.
If it gets opened.
Good. Let's check on the others.
You know, the best idea might be to just get up and go.
Not without at least looking for the woman. And definitely not with those other two being idiots and staying here.
It's hard to argue with that logic.
Then let's go!
Sure thing. Who you want to check out first?
That's probably a, hey, make a save. That's probably a, hey, make a save point.
Which do you think is in greater danger?
Honestly, us. Not even making a joke this time. But out of the 4 of us, who is most likely to be shot without provocation? Just us. And again, between the 4 of us, which one is risking drawing a lot of attention to herself by live streaming a potential clandestine government operation?
Oh, yeah. Good point. Thanks.
It's okay. Seems like my job today is to keep things scary.
All right. Where do I go next?
All right. Are we going to find Owen? Are we going to find Raven? First answer I see in chat is what we are doing. A party, a murder, ghosts, and a hidden government lab. You are following correctly. We're going to go find Raven.
Are you serious? I get a response to that? Get on the internet and find out you all didn't call the police. I'm quitting streaming and going back to work at local commodity exchange.
What is it?
My chat finally updated, but the only response I got was to go check on Raven.
It makes sense. I think that a Twitch chat would literally always choose Raven.
They probably want me to rescue the damsel in distress. Ugh. Come on, guys. I'm a damsel, too.
I think if you were in distress, you'd be more inclined to leave.
I think I've played too many video games. I can't just leave after seeing something like that.
Yeah, well, smart thing to do would be to run. Either you've got a murderer or a ghost. Either way, it's not something you're exactly equipped to deal with.
No, it's cool. I got my photon beam pack in a trunk.
I got my... What was it? Why did she put all... Why did she put all that fucking twang on it, man? I got my photon beam in the trunk.
Have you actually even seen the movies?
Dear lads and ladies, please forgive my heresy, but I've only seen the 2016 version.
You don't get to do shit like this, really dumb shit like this in a AAA game, so I appreciate that.
Could be worse.
Could have only played the video game. I appreciate what you're doing, video game. I want you to know that.
Good.
Shouldn't be surprised to hear that from a streamer.
Oh God, just burn her down.
We've been walking and talking for a while, but I haven't seen any sign of Raven.
God damn.
Maybe she took flight.
Ah, very punny. Raven! Raven!
This is one of the bigger wings of the hospital. I spent a long time here earlier searching for a way to the basement.
I thought you said it was flooded.
I was hoping some part wasn't. Anyway, we should split up if we want to look for her. Her and the killer, too.
Are you, sure we need to split up?
I thought you said you were equipped to deal with a killer.
I said I had an electron pack, not a way to deal with the murderer.
You'll be no worse off than you were when you decided to stay here. Just scream real loud if you start getting shot.
Oh, sure. Like you wouldn't hear the gunshots.
Scream real loud when you start getting shot.
I gotta be honest, I'm starting to regret my decision to stay. Could someone remind me why I haven't run for the hills yet? Oh yeah, because I can't leave that dumb girl or that idiot frat bro here to get ganked. Seriously, this is like the plot to a bad B movie. Let's just ignore the only one who has any sense. We sure won't get murdered. Okay, yeah, I really don't have an excuse to talk. I just don't want to find out Raven or Owen, even though I literally only just met them, died because I left them here alone.
You shouldn't be worried about us.
Raven?
Yo, how's it going?
This is not a place for you.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means that this is not a place for you. You should not stay here.
I can't argue with that. We should leave. You should come help me convince Owen, too.
No, this is not a place for you. This is our place.
Is this some kind of joke? I'm having a real hard time reading this conversation.
Do you know of the first death in this hospital?
Yeah, the VA is not what I was expecting at all. It's super top notch.
No, but I have a feeling you're going to tell me.
Like, Jill is especially knocking this shit out of the park.
A bird. No suffering patient. Just an idiot bird who landed in setting cement. A fossil before its time.
You're a bird, and you rematerialized as a goth girl, right? That's what's going on here.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything?
It was the first thing to die here.
Okay, how about we pause your audition for an extra in a horror movie and focus on getting you out of here?
But I haven't told you about all the other deaths that have happened here.
That's nice. Let's get out of here. Andy, I found Raven!
That's great.
Now let's get out of... Did she just do the superhero thing? Not the one with the landing, the thing where they disappear when you look away for a second. I always found that whole thing sorta contrived. Shows what I know.
Where's Raven?
Okay, so Raven was a bird, and she died while this place was being made, I guess? Because she landed in the cement, and nobody noticed or something? And then she reincarnated as a goth girl, and is stuck here. That's my take.
She ran off.
At least she's fine. No sign of your murderer.
My conversation with Raven makes me think that whole thing was some contrived prank.
I'm certainly starting to wonder about the murderer.
Let's just go look for Owen. So, is this how you expected to be scared on your Halloween night?
No, but I can also safely say it's not my worst.
Really? A murder isn't your scariest Halloween?
None really.
You wanna expand on that for our viewers at home?
Not particularly.
Fair, I can't force you. But, don't you wanna be famous?
Not even a little.
Fine.
Alright, welcome to the... Oh, it's you two.
Good to see you, too.
Have you seen anything? Did anything at your party get disturbed?
No, the only thing getting disturbed is me by you. How can I throw a party with you trying to scare people with some dumb murder story?
You think I made that up?
Cha. Do you think I'd actually be setting up for a party if I thought there was a real murder? No way, brah. If there was someone murdering people, I'd be moving this party to somewhere a little less likely to include gunfire. Brah, I'm not dumb.
You seem pretty dumb.
Don't be rude, Holmes.
Fine. Do you think he came this way?
No, I'm 100% sure no one came this way. After getting back, I made sure to look everywhere for arrivals, but no one was here yet. Such a buzzkill.
Okay. I mean, suppose if you haven't seen anything... Viewers, did you see anything on our way here?
Didn't you say they weren't responding?
I get something every once in a while.
When the visual novel lets me make... lets the viewer make a binary choice, I sometimes hear what they're saying.
They told me to check here after all. You lads and ladies better have called the police by now. Speaking of which, why haven't you gone and called the police? Do you think I'm lying too?
I think I already made my stance on the police very clear. That and I think you saw a ghost, not a murder.
Really? A ghost? Now, I make a living off of playing video games, so realize who is saying this when you hear it.
Welcome, Dances with Awoo.
I think you have been playing too many video games. Look, I'll confess something to you. And my viewers. I had no illusions. I fully expected to find nothing except for a few jump scares and false positives. I don't actually believe in ghosts.
And I believe I told you earlier, this place is actually haunted. You think I would say that if I didn't think ghosts were real?
Yes! In fact, I think there's several industries built on that very concept.
I believe in ghosts. And I think you saw one. Maybe even two.
Oh, sure. Why not? At this point, I'm starting to wonder if you might be right. Regardless, I'm done. I'm out.
Probably for the best.
Are you staying?
Yeah, at least until the cops arrive.
After your whole spiel about not liking them?
Didn't say I'd say hello, but I'll wait till they get here for you.
Yeah, I'll call them as soon as I get a real signal again. Might be doubling up unless my viewers are sadists, but...
Yeah, I get you. Stay safe, you hear?
Can do.
No, jeez.
You again? You're alive? He's right behind me. He wants to kill me. You already pulled this stunt with me once. I am not buying it. Do you have any idea how badly you scared me? Will you cut that out? I get it. This is some tootin' prank. I'm talking to you!
I didn't hear any toots at all. And believe me, I'm somebody that knows a lot about tooting.
Oh no.
What is going on?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there was the toot. I think we just heard the toot.
Okay, maybe this isn't a prank.
Rudy Tooty point and shooty.
He's right behind me! He wants to kill me!
It's a loop.
Help me! What's happening? What?
She died a long time ago.
They're ghosts?
No. No, it's just her. The man isn't there. Not even in the sense of a dead spirit. It's all just a shadow of the trauma from when she died.
He shot me.
No, you just stood in the middle of a shadow play. They can't hurt you.
How? How? You know all of this.
Oh no, they're vaporwave!
I told you before, I'm here for the ghosts. This isn't exactly my first haunting.
You're acting like this is normal.
Do you really think it's so abnormal? Even after seeing it? After coming here specifically for this?
Why would you want to tell me all this? Don't you want to keep something like this secret? I'm broadcasting to the entire world.
Come on. You think ghosts would be a secret if something like that worked? I can't say what you're broadcasting, but it isn't this.
He's right behind me! He wants to kill me! What's to stop me from running away and telling the whole world what I've seen?
Common sense?
But ghosts are real! I can prove it if I bring someone here.
Won't work. Hauntings are rarely this explicit, or passive for that matter. I doubt she'll be here tomorrow.
But I can't just forget about this. Ghosts are real. The afterlife is real. I'm an atheist. Or, well, I was, like, 5 minutes ago.
Sure, it's not hard to walk away from this. One frightening event doesn't need to warp your life.
But it did for you, didn't it?
It might have.
He's
Let's
right
start
behind me.
to
He
move
wants to
faster.
kill me.
Something about tonight is causing everything here to become more active.
Wouldn't it be because of, Halloween?
Wouldn't be impossible. Wouldn't be any more likely than any other day of the year, though. Flooding's gone. You should leave now. Unless you want this to be part of your life. Now is the time to go home. I'm going to the haunted basement.
Okay, ghosts are real. This place is actually haunted. There's a woman behind me dying on repeat.
I'm an
and
atheist!
What bothers me most is who have I been talking to? I've seen responses. You've told me what to do. Who are you? Are you a ghost too? Yeah, you would shut up at such an important time. So tell me, oh ghost ex machina, what should I do?
Your best. There we go. I did it. Boom. There you go. There you go.
Should I listen to Andy and leave? Or should I do what I want to do and follow him?
Alright, I think we know what we're doing, right? I think we're following our good pal Andy. I think that's the only choice we have here. There's no point in getting the heck out.
Yeah, I just needed to hear someone say it. Even if, objectively, I shouldn't be listening to you, Ghost Ex Machina. But just like before, I couldn't forget this. It would stick with me. It would haunt me. Get it?
I don't get it. I think she was going for a joke there, but I don't get it.
Oh, give it a rest. Let's go. Okay, if these were flooded earlier, this place looks as clean as if the hospital were still active. That's actually more spooky than if it were properly worn. All right, here I go. switch into night mode, yeah. Well, that didn't help at all. It's darker than black. It's Vanta Black in here. Not even scared, just seriously thinking about turning around considering how dark it is. What's that? Ghost Ex Machina? Someone behind?
Oh, jeez.
The patient is taking well to the treatment. They are beginning to respond to phenomena our instruments can only barely detect. Currently, the only manifestations of concern are the infrequent losses of lucidity.
Heather has a point.
So have you heard of that new show, Survivor? Patient entered cardiac arrest when moved to the old burn ward. At the same time, our instruments spiked wildly. No phenomena were visually, audibly, or somatically observed by the men save for a bird that seemed to have been distressed by the same event.
Where am I? What's going on? Why can't I move?
We will be storing her in the mortuary freezer.
What? No! No! No, please! I can't stand that! Please! I'm not dead! No! No!
Uh-huh.
I'm alive.
What?
What the rice pudding was that? What? No response, gals and ghouls? I can't believe I didn't think of that one immediately. Way better than Ghost Ex Machina.
You shouldn't have done that.
Uh-oh. We probably shouldn't have done that. I think Jill... I think Raven's mad.
You took a grip on the veil and with one fell swoop tore it away.
Holy Christ! Look at this! This is an incredible piece of work.
You could have walked away before, but now...
Welcome to... Hey, Ding, how's it going? Been a while since I've seen you.
Our world is your own.
Oh, RE1? Nice.
Hey, lads and ladies. Sorry about the live stream.
This game has got a look that I really appreciate. Like, with the in-game stuff.
Yeah, the entire thing got messed up. Apparently there were seriously bad wiring, basically creating a huge EMP field on the building. I spent so long scaring myself that I didn't even realize there was a problem until I left. Even the footage is corrupt. It's too bad you guys missed out. It was terrifying. I grabbed a couple dozen cookies from Star Chips as a treat for myself after the whole experience. It was... Just a sec, this screen is being weird again. It must be still messed up from the hospital. Man, I guess I'm still on edge. I'll be right back.
Yeah, the art style is really incredible. This is a free game, too, which is just kind of astonishing.
Bro, could you, open the door for me? These cookies would be, perfect for my party, bro.
Whoa! Bruh! Yeah, this is on Steam. Interesting! Perceptions of the Dead. That was the first. That was the first story. There are two more that I know of. I'm gonna check something though, because when we got here, I got a chance to do a thing.
Where do I go next?
So, let's see. We chose to find Raven. Let's find Owen.
Are you serious? I get a response to that? If I get on the internet and...
Okay.
You lads and...
Okay, it's all the same.
Are you...
And what about the other choice?
Or Should I do what I
Okay.
want to do?
What if we get the heck out?
Well, if even the ghosts on my phone tell me to leave, I'd say it's time to skedaddle. Logging out for now. This is Jill Count.
Okay. I wonder if that changes anything. Or if that's just like, oh, a dumb end.
Hello again, lads and ladies. Did you miss me? As you have all been so wonderfully quick to tell me, my live stream of the haunted house was a total bust. Not only did you miss out on me spooking myself, thanks to technical difficulties, but the place was as mundane as could be. Ran into 3 separate people. One was a dude setting up for a Halloween party. It was criminally normative. Probably should have picked the second most haunted place. Would have had less of a crowd. So that's it. That was my Halloween. Hopefully some of you did something a bit more interesting. Perhaps we can share your stories during my next stream.
May I ask, what is it you're documenting that you would need to record yourself eating? Twice?
It's a live stream.
Is that the local magic? Life stream? Healing, perhaps?
What?
What are you talking about? First ghosts, now magic? Wait, is that not a costume?
Our cover's blown.
We should run away.
Smoke bomb! No. Wait, that was just coffee.
I'm as confused as she
Most
is.
Idiots. Here's your milkshake, miss. Yeah, that's not even close to the weirdest part of my night.
Okay, so obviously the first, yeah, you stay, and that's like the ending. So I'm going to be right back in just a sec, and we are going to do the Phantom Ice Cream Truck. Be right back. All right, we back. All right, who's ready for the Phantom Ice Cream Truck? I'm sure this is going to be a treat. All right, let's go. The Phantom Ice Cream Truck. Follow a denizen of the border between life and death as he answers a call to rescue a missing child. You're all out of ice cream. I'm all out of ice cream as well.
Reveals an empty street, and I take a moment of solitude to adjust my layers. It does little to stave off the biting wind. I clench and unclench my fingers with a deep-rooted ire. I am not being paid well enough for this shit. Then again, I never am. This was the second night since I had started this assignment. The couple had hired me to bring back their son. They hadn't been so comfortable with the way the official investigation was turning up so very little, and how much the media had begun to spin the tale into a ghost story. The Phantom Ice Cream Truck.
That's what we're
What a
doing.
mouthful. A messy case, too.
Putting on a coat. I'm a little cold. It seems I have forgotten how to put on a coat because I just put it on inside out. That's always good. You've never seen an ice cream truck actively selling ice cream in suburbia? I have seen this.
The police's initial involvement had been straightforward.
Drives by during the summer, always playing Christmas songs.
The first child had fell off the map like the earth had swallowed him whole. Right off the street, according to witnesses. No one saw a thing. No reliable witness heard anything either. No unfamiliar cars or people. No unfamiliar sounds. One moment he was in front of his parents' home, the next he was gone. Strange, but there could be plenty of explanations for such an incident. Very mundane ones. Such explanations became more unlikely when every child in the neighborhood reported hearing ice cream truck music right around the time of the disappearance. Of course, without a single adult able to corroborate this mysterious music, the children's testimony was quickly dismissed. Still creepy, right? And oh so mysterious. Even more so when it happened again, then a third time. It was the third parents who hired me. I never really figured out how my clients find me. It's not like I list my number anywhere or advertise, but somehow word of mouth leads to my phone ringing, and a familiar phrase to indicate it's for business. Ya, Fatan. I seek a pact with that which should not be. I know, it's a little trippy. It's from a book I had read back in college. A friend came up with the joke as his invocation of my aid. He must have used it dozens of times when we were younger. Typically for a ride when he had been out drinking. I had become so used to it that when I first answered the phone and heard an unfamiliar voice say the phrase, I just kind of went with it. The next time it was the same. And then it became common. Where are you?
We live in Rosterfield, Maine. I know it's a long way from where I heard about you, but can you help us?
Will you pay the price?
We will pay anything if you can bring back our son.
The deal is struck. And with that, I called in sick to work. Told them I had the flu and would need a few days off.
Is this guy just LARPing now? Is this guy... Oh, no.
I was given shit about not getting my flu shot, but they didn't hassle me too much. That evening, I was on a plane. I arrived at the house at midnight. I did not knock. After all, it was important to keep up appearances. The window to the left was latched, but the right slid up easily. I found the boys' room first and gave it a once-over. Legos, Ben 10 toys, and Star Wars paraphernalia littered the floors and walls. A quick once-over revealed nothing useful, though. I sat on the foot of the bed for almost 10 minutes before one of them stirred.
Oh my god!
Normal reaction. I turn around slowly. I return for what has been lost. From you, I need 2 items. I need a photo and an article of clothing. Something thick with the smell. The woman stands up slowly, edging against the wall, then runs to the child's room. She returns with a dirty soccer jersey and a copy of a Lost flyer. The father remains paralyzed, his eyes locked with mine. Though likely, he is just staring into the shadow beneath my hood, hoping to see something there, something human, likely questioning his decision to hire me.
Can you really find him?
I take a long smell of the shirt, then discard it. I take a look at the photo. This time, I spend a lot longer examining it. I wasn't really some bloodhound. I couldn't track by scent, but the photo helped a lot. Now I knew what he looked like. Yes. She begins to breathe heavily, and then cries. The husband just continues to stare aghast into the hood of my cloak. With that, I begin to walk out. Behind me, I hear the father speak.
Oh, did we just send after our son?
It is a rejected Mad Magazine mascot.
The first night had been uneventful. I had turned over the results of the police investigation and found myself wanting. Wanting what? Oh, anything resembling a lead. Did these people get paid to do this shit? I certainly didn't buy the superstitious who were already spreading stories about the ghostly ice cream truck. If a ghost were going to come back, it's very unlikely they would be scooting around in an ice cream truck. Talking to children had been painfully hard. My one fortune was that my attire left me more reminiscent of a slender man than a child molester. So the times I was chased away from children I tried to interview were not mistaken for solicitation. I shuddered violently at the thought. The children provided my first real clue. They described a tune. One that sounded like the type and consistency that an ice cream truck might have. Not that ice cream trucks were common these days. I was a little surprised these kids even knew what one was. Some were even able to hum and whistle the tune for me.
Oh my god. An ice cream truck that plays Megalovania. Dude, I'm here for that. If I ever heard that, like, yo, I'm buying that entire truck out just for having the balls to do that.
I wasn't entirely sure how to run with this info. The relevance of a single song really didn't occur to me. A small piece of the rest of the day was spent feeding myself and taking a nap as inconspicuously as possible. I had no intention of allowing anyone to see me be anything other than the creepy supernatural paranormal investigator. It's how I've always done things. You'll be surprised how quickly you can build a rep with the right look and behavior. After the nap, it was back to beating the streets. And my current predicament. It was friggin' cold! In the near distance, I watched a quartet of kids, roughly 14 or so, playing a ragged game of football. They seemed to be having a great time, but even as far away as I am, their cheers and jeers rattle my nerves. For a moment, I wish they would be quiet.
Yeah, I might even buy from that ice cream truck, too. As long as they're not playing Rollin'. I think that is the worst song in human history.
As though hearing my thoughts mid-run, they stop, on cue. They stand up straight and begin to draw heavy, ragged breaths. A girl hugs the football to her chest, and her eyes grow ever wider. I test reality for a moment. I wish I had a few thousand bitcoins.
What? Okay.
It occurs to me that I should have asked for something more easily checked. At the same time, it occurs to me that I didn't silence those kids. I bite my tongue, close my eyes, and bury the nail of my thumb into the palm of my hand. I dig in as hard as I can, drawing blood as my vision blares with the colors behind my eyelids. And then, I hear it. The song playing on a pair of shitty speakers. The kind you'd hear on top of an old-timey ice cream truck. My eyes flick open as I scan the horizon. The truck passes me, inches from clipping my shoulder, and heading straight towards the kids. No, you fucking don't! I break into a run. And despite the trivial speed of the truck, barely managed to keep up. As the truck closes on the kids, it slows to a stop, and I finally begin to close the gap.
I'm loving this ice cream truck as a character graphic, just kind of being moved around the screen. I'm loving this.
Run on home, you kids. It's getting dark. This town isn't safe after dark.
Getting dark? What is he talking about? The sun set hours ago. No sooner had the words crossed my mind when it all went black. For a few moments, I thought I had been knocked unconscious. Then my eyes began to adjust. I make out the faintest impression of light.
Oh no. This isn't good. You kids better get in. I'll get you home safe.
I watch helplessly, moving through the dark like it was molasses. Shadows pass before the light as he ushers them into the truck. The truck lights blare into brilliance, and I hear the motor roar as the car begins to move forward at a pace more in keeping with a motor vehicle. I would lose it even if I were still able to move. No! No! I let out a choked cry after them. Stop! Stop! Then I stop. The second cry had no depth to its volume. While the no had echoed normally down the empty street, the scream of stop had sounded like I screamed into the middle of a very crowded room. Slowly I reach behind me, laying hands on one of my pieces of emergency equipment. The kind of stuff you don't use when you want people to think you're some manner of elder horror. I slowly bring it around, just as I feel the breath on my neck. With a whip, I crack the flare. Seeing it burned red hot through my clenched eyes, and I hear the cacophony of screams. I open them. Thousands of twisted, naked heaps of malformed, demi-human flesh writhe in the agony of the light. And as I raise it above my head, the flare burns brighter.
That's lovely. That is lovely.
With a whip, I crack the flare. Seeing it, thousands of twisted, naked heaps of malformed, demi-human flesh, the darkness washes away. I wheel around in place, but find myself alone back in the street. In the middle of the day, I drop the flare and try futilely to snuff it out with my boot. My little display has drawn an audience, and not so far down the street, I see my clients. Well, fuck.
It didn't go so well.
So it's ghosts.
Dear Lord, y'all ain't looking so good yourselves.
I merely nod slowly.
But you can still get him back?
I nod again.
But it's been over a week since you started searching. He hasn't eaten anything.
I still couldn't wrap my mind around how much time had passed in the darkness. He will be fine. Time does not pass normally where he is.
You know where he is?
I nod. I'm going there tonight to get him back. They start crying. I'm not really sure what to do at this point, so I stand there, awkwardly, hoping that my layers give me more of the appearance of stoicism than an awkward penguin.
I'm always going for that awkward penguin look, though.
Apparently it works.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I leave the building as they both chant thank you, like it was some kind of prayer. It's not the first time I'd heard that prayer. It's not the first time I had done this. I'm ready this time as night falls. I withdraw a small shot and without hesitation jam it into my arm.
I ain't trying to pass judgment too early, but this story kind of sucks compared to the first one. I'm just being real here.
Viper venom. I had a friend back home who kept one as a pet. Weird kid. Milks the things. Sells the venom, mostly to medical facilities. Occasionally he sells it to me. My knees nearly buckle as the burning begins to creep through my arm. I stifle a scream. Then I hear it, and everything clicks. I let out a long sigh and stand up, adjusting my layers. I turn my eyes to fall upon the approaching truck. My hand goes behind my back and my fingers close. I train the gun on the truck and unload a triad of shots into the ghost truck's engine.
Well, there you go. That's one way of solving part of this situation.
The engine sputters, the grating burns, melting away, and the music screams in protest.
Yeah, it's not as fun. I don't really 100% get, like I get it, but I don't know. The pacing feels wrong. The reading is really dry.
What do you think you're doing?
An escapee from an Andy Warhol painting stutters, stepping awkwardly from the vehicle.
It's getting dark. I have to protect the children.
Only one thing may not exist. You and that which you fear must cease to be.
But the children...
The darkness falls upon me. With such force, I stagger. I lose my grip and the gun disappears, searing into the shifting mass of flesh. My hand goes behind my back, and my grip closes around a rough-hewn blade, forged of obsidian and steel. And as I carve outwards, I hear the screams of all the lost children, unwilling to accept their fate, and swallowed by the darkness. Flesh tatters as I carve, burning away like paper, until finally, I lay into the man.
No, you don't understand. I was just trying to help.
I bury the blade into his throat. The cacophony resounds as the children who lost themselves in the darkness writhe, and I go about my work of freeing them all, just as I had freed this man.
My baby. Oh, my baby. It's okay. Everyone's okay.
No, not everyone. They're all dead. Everyone died.
7 kids lost here. And I got back all of them. I wonder how many I actually freed. How many had he trapped in his nightmare? And what the hell was he so afraid of in that darkness? And most importantly, why did he ultimately abandon them to it?
I don't know how to thank you. After a week of not hearing from you, I'd feared for the worst. A month after that, and I'd come to accept that it was over. I was ready to move on.
His eyes fall to his wife, still babying the boy, who won't stop staring off into the distance.
She had faith, though. She said that you were an angel, or maybe a demon. She didn't care. She believed in you. Some nights after she had said her Hail Marys, I would see her put her hands together, and I would hear her. She prayed to you.
I was almost flattered, but to tell the truth, the idea of someone believing so much in me, in praying to me, it was terrifying.
I want you to know, I'm willing to pay more than whatever your normal fee is. We've been living with a tight belt since I called you, and I won't lie and say I don't do well for myself. I have more than enough saved up to pay you anything we could ask. Or, if there's something else you want, there's nothing I can offer you that means more to me than my son.
I let out a long sigh. I reach up to my hood and pull it back. Both of them gasp, stepping back and then cocking eyebrows in unison, having perhaps expected something more. After having been gone for 2 months, I could really use a job.
I don't know. Maybe they are. But that was bad. Like, oh man, I gave no crap about that at all. Ouch. That's a big ol' ouch on that one. Whew. Whew, boy. Let's see. Let's check credits here. Let's see. We've got writing by, like, one person? And music by one person. So, I don't know. But that was bad. Yeah, it was... Oh, boy. Alright. So, we went through Jill Count and the Phantom Ice Cream Truck. Now we have Perceptions of the Dead. So, let's go ahead and see what this is gonna... What this... Perceptions of the Dead. Tyrone has made it as... Oh, not him again. Oh, no. What in the world is this? Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Oh, I just have to kind of drag myself through this one too, I guess. If I didn't risk you, whatever. Boy, that...
I'll be the first to admit, there's something a little sad about watching a pirated copy of the original Star Wars trilogy.
Well, there you go. There's your... There's your lesson for the night. There's something a little sad about watching a pirated copy of the original Star Wars trilogy.
It's been out for as long as I've been alive. You'd think I'd own a legal copy by now. But really, where can you find a legal copy nowadays where Greedo shoots first? Nowhere. It's a sad fact of life. I pull another chip from the bag and munch as quietly as I can. I have the volume way down so I can hear the rest of the house easily. The crunching of the chip is almost loud enough to drown out Han's rant about the Falcon's speed. My eyes dart up to the girl on the ceiling.
Hi! How you doing? Your hair should probably be hanging down, by the way.
She's still staring, wide-eyed, her pupils dilated, and her claws clicking rhythmically at her sides while she sits watching me. I pull out my phone and snap another picture of her, checking to make sure the screen stays empty. It does, and I slide the device back into my pocket. The owners of the house had been right. They had a ghost, but it was a harmless haunt, incapable of manifestation. The creepiest thing she had done was stand at the end of the hallway and watch me watch TV with their amazing sound system. She clicks at me and I hush her, as though it wasn't already hard enough to hear. She doesn't respond, and I regret not downloading a version with subtitles. I've been here for almost a week. So far, only Little Miss Claus has shown up, and it hadn't been hard to identify her. She's the ghost of a girl who had suffered from an acute case of depression and took her own life. Apparently, she did the deed with a pair of scissors, which explains the increasingly annoying clicking scissor claws. Her family had sold the house after the loss of their only daughter. It eventually ended up in the hands of the current owners, the ones who had hired me. Their descriptions of the haunt had pretty much been a dead ringer of the girl. They had, of course, complained of cold spots and objects disappearing and reappearing elsewhere, but Odds were high that they were misplacing their own stuff and giving themselves the chills. Same way any scary movie can. For the chills, I mean. Good old-fashioned forgetfulness explains the moving stuff. The girl keeps at her clicking. Her bloodied claws are writhing as she stares, sitting on the ceiling as though she had chosen to break a few laws.
We're talking to the ghost. She's probably interesting.
Answer me a question, ghost girl. Why does everyone who's dead seem to have black hair? I mean, really. Do gingers actually lack a soul or something?
Man. Yeah, his delivery is just so uninterested. Yeah, nice South Park reference.
Before she has a chance to answer my question, a knock comes from the door. I swear to... Someone called the cops on me again. I'm gonna give them a goddamn reason to. I'm not an effing squatter. I was hired to be here. I free myself from the ensnarement of the amazing plush furniture and trudge to the door, muttering nonsense the whole way. Throwing it open, I find someone new.
You're still here.
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm still working. Well, not right now, actually. I'm taking a break while some things are settling. And, you are?
You know, most of the other neighbors think you're a squatter.
I grimace. Yeah, I know. I've had to talk to the police twice already.
What are you even working on? I thought that they were done with renovations months ago.
Yo, we're gonna tell the truth, because that's gonna lead to the funnier outcome.
Yeah, like I'd do something as psycho as that. The owners reported some odd noises. Creaking, groaning, rattling. The kind of noises you don't want to be hearing in a newly renovated home. The thing is, their contractors haven't been able to identify the source or even replicate the issue when on site. I do construction. I'm in between jobs right now, so they're hiring me to stay here until the issue occurs and use my expertise to identify and resolve the problem. That sounded pretty believable, not to mention oddly close to the truth. It'd have been enough for the police both times before, after all. Well, that and a Skype chat with the actual owners.
That makes sense. So, what, you're sleeping on the floor waiting for the noises they were reporting?
I don't have to sleep on the floor, considering it's fully furnished.
You don't think it could be the ghost that's rumored to haunt this place?
That fucking look! Look at her! She's ready! She's ready to go!
I force a snicker, and she immediately flushes. Yeah, I'm not the superstitious type. Everyone knows ghosts aren't real. Everyone was wrong, of course. But I wasn't going to admit that right now.
Look, I didn't...
Though if it's a long-standing rumor, it might have been something to do with the Foundation. Do you know how... She flushed further and bit her lip. What was she doing here? An amateur hour ghost hunter, maybe?
Squirrel about to get the nut!
At least 10 years. That's when my family first moved in over there.
Are you going to send her to lesser-known waifus? You'll send her to that Tumblr?
She points to what was, more or less, a mansion across the street and a few houses down. Not that any of the other houses were less impressive. This was kind of a high-end neighborhood, which was a large part of the reason I had met law enforcement twice already. I suppose I'll have to go back at it again with my level. See if I can find anywhere that may hide a seam in the Foundation.
Do you need help?
Okay, seriously, what was her deal? No, I've got it just fine.
Oh, okay. Well, it was nice to meet you.
You too, kid. She stands there watching with the eyes of a puppy as I close the door on her. I look back to the clicking ghost on the ceiling and realize that I got more heebie-jeebies from talking to that girl than I did watching movies with a ghost hanging above my head. I nearly jump out of my skin as my phone goes off. The ringtone clearly indicates it's to my work number. Looks like I have another job after this one, Snippy. She clicks the same as she had before, unresponsive to my attempts to converse with her. Which is a good thing. It means she's a passive hunt. No need to gank her. She'll fade naturally. I answer my phone and wait for the words. There's a moment of silence.
Is this the boy in the Dylan's house?
I recognize the voice immediately. I hang up. Her knock falls not a moment after.
I heard your phone ring. You answered at exactly the same time.
Maybe she had gotten my number somewhere, caller ID or something in the house. Maybe she didn't realize the significance. How did you get my number?
Wow, way to maintain an air of mystery.
Huh?
Aren't you supposed to have some line like La La Fatagan or something?
Oh.
No, the caller is supposed to say that. Fuck. Did I just say that?
Oh. Oh.
An awkward pause hung itself, much like I was thinking about doing.
Can I come in? It feels odd to talk about this kind of stuff on the other side of the door when you're right there.
I grimace and let her in. How did you get my number?
I read about it on 4chan. I wasn't sure it was you until just now, though. I had my suspicions from the moment you arrived.
She looks like somebody that'd be on 4chan.
Someone posted my number on 4chan?
You're nothing like I imagined from the urban legends, though.
What, were you not expecting a black guy?
Well, I was expecting someone tall and dark, so I suppose I was right in a sense.
Oh, that's brave. A race joke.
Just gonna let that hang for a second. Just gonna let that hang.
Why are you making it about that?
Because I'm hoping it makes you feel uncomfortable and you'll leave.
So, is it true? Is anything here?
I almost turned to check on the girl in the ceiling, but maintained my gaze. Nothing that the tenants have to worry about, it would seem.
That's an evasive answer.
Will you leave if I give you some information?
Yes. Well, maybe. It depends on what you tell me.
I'd figured as much. I'm a spiritualist. I work for folks who think they have ghosts. I flip up my hood. With the appropriate ambience, I strike a much more intimidating character. The girl's face paled a little.
No kidding.
The hood is actually one I stole from the body of a serial killer. His psychic residue left it with an aura of violence that would invoke fear. It's a long story.
Yeah, there's definitely some weirdness here.
Are they real?
Yes, but they're so rare, you will never encounter one in your entire life. It was a half-truth. She wouldn't. She didn't have the spiritual perception. The lie lay in the rarity, as advertised by the clicking of the girl on the ceiling.
Oh.
Disappointment. Good. It shouldn't take much to push her towards boredom and a departure. She looks around the house, the disappointment slowly spreading to her face.
So there's no...
Why does she stop? I follow her gaze to the girl on the ceiling. The clicks grew louder.
Yo, I think the girl on the ceiling is like the most interesting thing about this story so far. I'm not gonna lie.
The ghost stood up in a violent convulsion. Oh no. She could see it, and it her. All at once, it rushed her. Claws sweeping wildly as its seizure-like movements brought it closer. Fear had taken the girl's voice. Should I kill it? No, it's harmless to almost everyone. There's only one thing to do. I roar.
Roar.
I feel my body start to crumble. I always feel like this when I roar. To tell the truth, I still don't even know what I'm really doing.
I don't know what you're doing either, dude.
But I can feel myself die, just a little.
Yeah. Is that it?
And
That what's
let's just say
happening?
when I actually die, I'm gonna be a handful of a haunt for my successor. The girl on the ceiling stops in her tracks. A moment of pause and she retreats. Sitting back above the TV where she had watched me earlier.
Oh, you almost flubbed that line there. I heard that.
I let out a breath as my soul snaps back into place. Behind me, I hear desperate gasping. Great, maybe a panic attack will scare her off. Slowly she raises her arm. I follow the finger. It's not pointing at the girl on the roof.
There's someone out there.
I turn to the glazed glass door. Pressed flush against the glass is a face without features and hands with fingers too long. For the first time in years, I felt my blood run cold. No.
What's wrong?
Her voice is still panicked.
Scream again! Make it go away!
I try to speak, but my voice catches in my throat as its hand glides smoothly to the doorknob, and the handle begins to turn. I lunge to turn the deadbolt.
What's wrong? What is it?
Why can't I speak?
Scream again!
The handle stops rattling. The form steps away from the door, fading into obscurity of the frosted glass. No.
No, what?
She was in shock. It was a defense mechanism. I wish I could easily overcome my fear with it. We need to figure out a way to escape. I had grown complacent. Even the most violent specter I'd encountered as of late had never actually threatened my life.
Why? Can't you deal with it? Why are you scared of it and not the woman with bladed hands?
That's the thing outside. I call it a slender. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's more than one even.
Slender? You call it a slender? Like Slender Man?
I nod, watching for movement outside the door. The last one. I wince just thinking about it. I've only ever met someone like me once. It killed them. It doesn't obey any of the rules. In the distance of the back of the house, I hear a rattle, and then a slow, deafening creak. She gasps, then stops her breath. Silence falls as even the clicking stops.
It's inside. Oh God, it's here. Why did I come here?
The ghost on the ceiling scuttles away, hurrying up the incline above the stairs. I try to steady my breathing. Slowly, I lean over, peering around the corner, down the hallway to the back half of the house. As still as the grave, it stands, a silhouette in the hallway. Fuck. Should I move? Should I run?
Should I save?
The decision is made for me as a hand closes around my own. The sight is gone as I feel myself tug backwards. I turn, following the girl from across the street up the stairs. Why are we going upstairs? There's nowhere to escape from there. It's too late to change my mind. Behind me, at the foot of the stairs, it stands, still as stone.
It looks like it.
I flee, retreating to the safety of the master bedroom, locking the door.
What was I thinking? I should have just kept running. Why did I stop? Why did I think you would be different than anyone else?
What?
I thought you were strong. I mean, you are strong, that's obvious. You were able to travel so far.
I just took a plane.
Jesus, you're that strong? You can keep up that level of manifestation long enough to fly on a plane?
What?
I mean, I can appear within 10 miles of where I died, compared to the boy that those
Thought
creatures
so.
devoured.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, like, it's not, like, so fucking passive.
I've never met a ghost as strong as you.
Like, the ice cream truck shit was just like, yo, I'm awesome and I did this thing.
I'm not dead. Abruptly, she stops in her tracks.
Are you kidding? How can you be so strong and not realize you're dead?
I'm not dead.
Look, it doesn't matter what you think, because in a moment that thing is going to come in here.
She grimaced, holding back tears.
It's going to come in here and kill me again. I'm not ready for that. Dying once was bad enough.
For a moment, the veneer fades and I see her, bloodied and bruised. She looked like she had been hit by a truck. You're a ghost? Splinters hit my shoulder. I wheel around, finding my blade in motion as fluid as only practice can provide. The creature fills the doorway like a tombstone, and then it moves. Like oil sliding across a hot pan, the creature sidesteps me, ignoring me as if I were nothing more than a piece of furniture. It approaches the girl, and I hear her scream. I scream. Reality becomes a blur, and I bring around my blade.
Ice cream! Aim for the head or aim for the leg? What are we doing? First one I see in chat, we're gonna do it. Leg it is!
The blade vibrates violently, but I feel something give. I feel it before I hear it. A scream like my own. I watch in confusion and horror as a seam tears open across its face. Then, I watch it tear apart, unhinging its jaw. It steps forward.
Okay. Parry the next attack or leap back! Harry.
It's upon me in a heartbeat. A single swing shattering my weapon and sending the world spinning, only to lurch to a stop as I impact the cabinet door, shattering the wood. I see it lurch towards the girl, her spirit flickering. No! No. Not again! I hear clicking and turn towards the corner of the closet. Miss Scissors had apparently found a place to hide. I hear a scream from outside the closet. Instinct guides my hand. I close fingers around the rags of the ghost, and with a heave, send her flying towards the slender. The creature swats her away, as her blades rake against my flesh.
Okay!
I won't let you!
Oh, jeez, dude.
The creature turns slowly, looking around as though confused. I step toward it, and each of my footsteps seems to burn the ground. The creature steps back, still silent as the grave. I'm lost in what I'm doing. I reach out and simply touch the creature. Waves of light and color wash over the creature, pulse by pulse. The creature's color slowly shifts to match the world around it. And then, it's simply gone. My breathing steadies, and the color fades. Eventually, the world turns pale, normalcy descending. The creature is simply gone. What was that? I looked down, opening and closing my fists. There was nothing left of whatever I had done. Or the slender for that matter. I look around the room, impossibly confused. No, seriously, what the fuck was that?
I don't know. Am I supposed to know?
No. Damn, I hurt all over. Who are you anyway?
Tulip. My name's Tulip.
Tulip? Brooks?
What?
Yeah?
Then who? I turn to watch the scissor girl skitter away.
I don't know. She's been here since before I died.
I flop back down, laying flat on the floor, and close my eyes. My parents' old house is just as I left it. I wonder exactly how much upkeep Marcus has actually been doing. Judging from the lawn, he's at least mowed it in the 4 years since I've seen him. Fuck, 4 years. Had it really been that long since I had returned home?
Wow, you have a really nice place.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Your place. It's nice.
How are you here?
Spirits are tied to places they have strong emotional attachments to.
That and people? Oh no, don't tell me you're haunting me now. She doesn't reply, only blushing. Great, now I've got Sabrina the teenage ghost following me around.
I'm 26.
You died when you were 16, so you look 16 to me. Silence falls between us. Look, just stay out here until I've had a chance to talk with Marcus.
What is going on? Like, did I miss something? Did I miss a part of the story I'm supposed to have seen? I don't know what's happening here. I literally don't know what's happening in this scene. Who the fuck is Marcus?
I approach the doorway with more than a fair degree of hesitation.
I feel like this game is just assuming I know a lot of things that I don't.
What was I expecting? Her words echo in my head.
How can you be so strong and not realize you're dead?
It wouldn't be the first time I'd encountered a ghost who didn't know they were dead. They would block it out. Their death. Their funeral. They would then avoid anything that would remind them of their death.
I don't...
Like their home.
I don't know. This just seems so badly written and put
My eyes settle
together.
on the front door as it opens, and a larger man steps out. His shaggy, dirty blonde hair is cut the same length as when I last saw him, but his jaw is framed by a neatly trimmed beard. He's carrying a blue garbage bag. He only takes 2 steps from the door before he meets my eyes.
Tyrone? Tyrone? Tyrone?
It had been a long time since I had heard that name. It sounded almost alien. Hey, Marcus.
Holy shit, you're alive! I mean, I kind of assumed you were. I hadn't been kicked out of your place by your next of kin yet. Man, it's so good to see you. I thought you were dead.
Why'd you think that?
Maybe because you've been gone for 4 fucking years? What the fuck have you been doing?
Work, mostly.
I hope you're getting paid buku bucks if you're ignoring your friend for 4 years.
My thoughts trail to my less than impressive bank account. Not really.
What, did you join the military? Chicks dig boys in uniform. Is that how you picked up the chick?
What chick?
The chick that's been staying in your room for the last month? Showed up out of nowhere and just kind of waltzed in. She had a key or something. Not very talkative.
I don't bother to answer the question. I step past him, his face contorting in worry and confusion. I step inside and feel it immediately. I walk towards my room. The door is open, and she's sitting. Just reading. I don't recognize her, but she's clearly dead. The hair bleeding up the walls and tangling up towards the cow skull are dead giveaways.
Man, I'm sorry. Is she just some homeless chick that picked the lock or something? She seemed like she owned the place, so I assume you knew her. She said she was waiting for you.
Yeah, that seems like a reasonable assumption, Marcus. Really reasonable. Yeah, I don't think this is a post-climax wrap-up. And even if it was, it would make no fucking sense.
I know for a fact she didn't die here. And she's been here for a month. She must be incredibly powerful.
Okay, man, your silence makes me think you might know her. But there's something awkward about your relationship you're not telling me, so I think I'll let you two talk. But if you fucking leave without talking to me about whatever the fuck you've been up to since you left, I swear I'm gonna kill you.
Marcus walks away, closing the door behind him.
Yeah, that it's so unique in that it's like, it's overwritten and it's just flying past all of these details that would actually make the story feel less jerky.
Unlike this girl. Who are you? Look, I know it's not the best question, but really, I'm a mess. I had been almost completely convinced that I was undead until a couple of seconds ago.
I didn't think you were at any point buying that you were dead. Now you...
Tyrone, I had been expecting something more noteworthy for something like you.
Something?
I was expecting Damien, perhaps.
You should really consider answering one of my questions soon.
What? How can someone so powerful not know they are dead?
I can feel the hairs on the back of my neck and my forearms rise. No, I was alive.
Is that like all this is going to be? Is that he's actually dead and all of these people are convincing him that he's dead? Like, is that all this is going to be? Is that all this is leading to?
The simple answer to that is that you're not dead.
Okay.
An anomaly, but not dead.
Like, what are you?
Unlike you, I am dead. I am dead, and I am happy to continue being so. I like being here. I don't want to leave.
Hey, this is my house.
Not your house. I mean, the material world. You see, I'm too strong to so easily fade, and I've been here a long time.
Then...
I'm more than strong enough to attract the attention of the gnolls. Yes, like the one you killed, or whatever you managed to do to it. Do you even know, by the way?
Art.
Yes, I can read thoughts. Sorry, I'll stop.
I glare.
My name is Ripley. I am a ghost.
She grins.
And I would like very much to stay that way.
Okay.
So, you're a ghost? Or is she a ghost? Are you both ghosts? Am I a ghost? Oh man, I knew that chili had gone bad. I swear I'll buy better Tupperware in the next life.
Man, the last two parts of this are bad. God. That first story was really good. It was fun. It had character. It didn't over-fucking explain everything to the point of being awful. These last two are just garbage. I'm sorry, man. Those are bad. Ah. That's the end. That's the end. I know there's a 2, but I'm probably not playing it now. Because if it's just more of this dude, I don't want more of this dude. He is terrible. The supernatural writing is awful. You only need to play the Jill Count arc. Everything else is just bad. Ugh. Anyway, I'm gonna find somebody to host. I just don't even have anything to say about that. Ugh. Who be streaming? Let's see here. Sacred Mikey's still going, so we'll send you over there. Sacred Mikey's playing Langrisser, so y'all go say hi to Sacred Mikey.